What's up guys, my name's Theprenti and welcome back to another video. Now today I'm going to show you guys how to make sweet and sour. I did ask last week if you guys wanted to see this and a ton of you said yes. Now it is a really important ingredient used in a lot of cocktails and a lot of drinks, so I thought I'd give you the opportunity to see how it's done, and obviously you want to see it. Really simple, all you need is caster sugar, some lemons or 6 lemons for the amount I use, and hot water. So simple, let's get straight into it. Okay, so I've got 6 lemons all cut in half. They're only cut in half because I have this thing called a Mexican elbow, where basically I use it to squeeze all the juice out of lemon nice and easy, like that. That's how it's done, and that's me, like, you know, half a lemon done. And that's another one. Now I use 6 lemons. Now obviously this is enough for me to last me a week. If you want to make more, just scale everything up. If you want to make less, obviously scale it down depending on how much you want to make. Now it can last for up to a month. I wouldn't recommend using it when it's over a month old. It can, obviously it's fresh stuff, so it can go off and there's no preservatives in it. So, but as I say, use your own discretion on how long you want to last it for. As I say, mine usually lasts a week before I have to make more. It's something I don't mind doing. It only takes a couple of minutes each week anyway, so. Gonna finish squeezing these and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so as you can see, that's me finished squeezing my lemons. Now I do get exactly 1 full cup out of 6 lemons, and this is the way I measure it. So I do equal parts of everything. Well, I say equal parts. I do a cup of lemon juice, a cup of boiling water, and then I do a cup and a half of sugar. That's the consistency I go for. Okay, I turn the stove on at high heat. I'm then gonna add my lemon juice in. There we go, as I spill a bit. And then add a cup of boiling water. Now, obviously be careful when you're doing this part. I always burn my fingers on the cup when I do this. So there we go, that's all the liquid I need in there. Equal parts in there. And I got my sugar over here, which I'll bring over into the view of this camera here. So you want to heat this up until it starts to bubble. Just obviously because the lemon juice has cooled the boiling water down. So you want to heat it up until it starts to bubble, and then we're going to add the sugar in just a minute. Okay, so as it's starting to bubble now, as it starts to bubble, I'm going to turn the heat down to a medium to high heat. And then I'm going to add my sugar, but nice and slowly, and as I add it, I'm going to whisk away and just mix everything together as I do it. I mean, you can do, if you do it all at once, you get clumps of sugar, so you don't want that. You want to add it all nice and gradually, and whisk it in. Okay, so that's the first one done. And I pour the next one, just while I'm ambidextrous and I can stir and pour at the same time. So that's the half cup one to get ready now. So there we go. Now I'm going to turn it back up to a high heat once we've added all the sugar, and just keep stirring in so it bubbles away. And we just want everything to melt together and the heat to start to really go through it. Okay, so as you can see now, it's starting to bubble up, and you're getting this white layer on top. That is what you're looking for. There you go, that's the sugar all coating through it. If it starts to get too bubbly, just turn the heat down a wee bit. That means the sugar's starting to caramelize, which is what you're looking for. If you don't want to add too much, so I'm going to take this off the heat now, just quickly, to stop it bubbling over. And then give it a stir. There we go. So when you can see that, you want to get a teaspoon, and just, obviously, just a wee bit. This will burn your tongue, so just watch what you're doing with it. Have a taste, see what it tastes like. That is a beautiful consistency, that's perfect, so I can turn my heat off now. Okay, so that's the heat off. Next one I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into a heat-proof jug, and I'm going to strain it in as I do it. Now it's important that you strain it just to get any pips that you might have squeezed into the mixture, so it's not actually in your sweet and sour. I'm going to do this very fast because this doesn't have a spout on here, and this is obviously bigger than the actual jug itself, so I'm just going to do this the way I do it, which is very fast. There we go. And as you can see, I cut a bit of seed there that was left in it, so. Now that's strained off. Once it's done that, you want to get your containers, what you're going to put it into. I like to put it in these sort of food piping things, I suppose you could call them. So I usually fill about 2 of these or 1.5, depending on how much I make. But this mixture usually fills just this one, perfectly to the brim like that. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put the lid on it, like that. Okay, so once I put the lid on, you can see this thing is very hot itself, so I talk quickly before I burn my hands, but once you put the lid on, you want to put it then in the fridge. There you go, and then you want to leave it for 3 hours. It's important that you try not to open the fridge when it's in there. What it's doing is it's settling and it's thickening together. So you want to leave it in there for 3 hours. Once it's out, or once it's cooled down and been in it for 3 hours, it's ready to use. Okay, so once your sweet and sour is set, it should be a nice consistency. It should be like a syrup, obviously. It's basically a syrup that we're making, and I'm going to make a quick cocktail. One of my favourites to show you guys what you can do with it and give you a bit of an inspiration to things that you can maybe make with it instead. So what I'm going to make is, I'm going to make an amaretto sours with blueberry, or a blueberry amaretto sour. Nice and simple. It's going to be 2 full shots of amaretto into our mixing glass, 1 and 2. Then we're going to add a shot and a half of our sweet and sour. There we are. And finally, I'm going to add a handful of blueberries. 10 on top. Nice hard tap. And a nice long hard shake. Then I'm going to strain everything over ice. There we go. Then we're going to add a lemon wedge on top, or lemon wheel, a couple of blueberries, and there we have it, an amaretto blueberry sour. So I'm going to give this a taste. I already know I love this drink. Phenomenal, beautiful flavour combination. I love this thing. This is just one idea of things that you can do with your sweet and sour mix. There's loads and loads of other things you can do. Almost any spirit or any liqueur will work in a sour. That's a good base, and then build from that. But hope you guys have enjoyed this and found it useful. If you have, feel free to smash the like button. It would much and greatly appreciate. If you guys have any suggestions for more things like this, whether it be bar setup guides or essential cocktail equipment or essential drinks equipment to stock a home bar, please make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. Also feel free to go check me out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. The links to them will be in the description. Other than that guys, until next time, I've been Theprenti, and I'll see y'all soon.